The Surge.
Smallzy surgery.
The surgery.
This is Smallzy surgery.
Hey, what's up? This is Charlie Puth.
You just want attention. You don't want my heart.
In Smallzy surgery on Nova.
Hello, Charlie.
What's up, best friend?
I'm very good. How are you in bed? Did I wake you up? What's happening? Are we just...
No, I'm not. I just did a little mini workout, the second one of the day, and I have these leg squeezy things on right now that are squeezing my leg, supplying new blood to my body.
Okay, I want to tell you something. Oh my God, he really does. Oh, it's like a compression sock or something.
Yeah, that's the proper name for it. It's not leg squeezy like I said.
I think we go leg squeezy too. Also, I was just going to say, that's probably the most LA thing I think I've ever heard you say. I'm just laying in bed having my leg squeezed by a leg squeezy thing because I just went to the gym. Peak LA if I've ever heard it.
Peak LA. I mean, it wasn't like I went to a LA gym. I just have a treadmill in my garage, so.
Hey. Well, good to see you. How's life? Everything good with you, yeah?
Everything is good. Finished the album. I'm excited for people to hear it. Equally as part scary as it is exciting for people to hear this side of me.
It's Charlie. It is coming out October 7. How many years' work, how many ideas and songs have you pulled together to put on the third record?
I've heard of some artists writing hundreds of songs for an album. I just wrote 12 songs, and those are the songs that ended up being on the album.
Can I say, it's so refreshing to have someone say that, because when I hear an artist say they wrote 100 songs, I'm like, what a waste of time for the 82 that never made the album. Like, you'll never do anything with them again. Instead, just make the 12 that you intend on putting on the album.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, maybe easier said than done, but for other artists, what works for me is I can, if the song doesn't repeat in my head and it doesn't sound, if I don't hear the finished product in my head, then there's no song. So I've certainly come up with ideas in my head, but they kind of just, if they weren't good enough, they kind of just disintegrate. It's the ones that stuck around after lunchtime. That's when I decided to go to the studio and record them.
Now, the new song, Left and Right, which we're loving in Australia and playing, when you heard that originally, did you hear it in your left ear and then in your right ear, and have that panning effect? Is that why you ended up doing that in the track? Because it's very cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it's especially cool when you listen to it with headphones, and I do feel bad for the people with one broken speaker because they're not going to hear 50% of the song. But yeah, that's a good example. I was actually listening to some old Beatles records like Yellow Submarine and Lady Madonna, where George or John or Paul would all sing on the left or the right hand side of the speaker system. That was due, of course, at the time to recording limitations. They only had 8 tracks, so sometimes you have a vocal track with a hi-hat track. But I was always so fascinated with that, and it sounded like you were actually in the room with them. You'd listen to Brian Wilson put arrangements together of Wouldn't It Be Nice, where the tambourine was in the upper right-hand corner of the room, and I just wanted to make the musical room with this song in the most musical, nerdy way possible. Well,
you have well and truly achieved that. I also, too, appreciate your art and craft that I, too, when announcing and back announcing and selling your record, try to put my voice in the left channel and the right channel. And I do it very well, except for the one time when I said left, I accidentally put it in the right. And when I said right, I accidentally put it in the left. And then we were flooded with complaints because somebody had assumed that the engineering department had plugged the cables in around the wrong way and wanted to let us know that I had got it all back to front.
That really happened. That actually... I heard of, I was doing another interview somewhere completely different, and a radio station was like, yeah, because of us playing that song, we realized that our channels were completely flipped. So I told them they can just play it as much as they want now.
That's perfectly fine. Yes, yeah. But anyway, so we did a full investigation here. You'll be happy to know our engineering department were not to blame. All the cables were connected correctly. I just panned my microphone to the wrong channel when announcing left. So now that we've got that out of the way, that's fine. Now, hey, JungKook from BTS on the record as well. How did you end up getting the feature? Are you close with the BTS boys? Do you have like mutual musical friends?
Well, I mean, JungKook and I are friends, and we were kind of just talking one day. We realized we had never done a song together. We had only performed with each other one time, and why not make a song together? The Left and Right used to be all me, and I kind of thought of the idea. My other friend Charlie works with them. I only hang out with Charlie's, and I ran the idea by him, and he said he would send the song to them. And I think in a matter of a week, it all came together, and he lent his voice to the record, and it added that depth to it that I thought was lacking in it originally.
Oh, nice. Hey, random question for you. But do you favor your left or your right? Are you right-handed, left-handed, right-footed, or are you one of the? You know what you read to me as one of these ambidextrous people who can do everything.
Well, it's not true. I mean, it depends what task I'm doing with which hand. I think when I'm writing a note, I won't use my left hand.
Yep.
However, you know, and I can also play piano really well with my left hand.
Okay. Do you kick sports footballs with left-footed or right-footed?
I kick with both legs poorly.
Okay.
A soccer ball.
Okay, good. And I won't ask the other question, but I will just go. The album called Charlie, 12 songs on the record, right? Have you got a favorite?
Yes.
If I ask you, have you got a favorite? Do you have a favorite, or are all 12 of them equally your babies?
I particularly like the song "Smells Like Me" a lot. Each of these songs came about from me squeezing two absolute far-sighted dichotomies together, like a song that, you know, Light Switch or Left and Right. We'll say Left and Right since that's the song that's out right now. That came about from me listening to the Beatles and Weezer, and I guess those two things aren't so similar because the Beatles had such a huge influence on everybody, but you take the Beatles left and right panning and you take a foul-ass snare that Left and Right has. It has no business being so hot in the mix like it is, but it just somehow works. Same thing with Light Switch. I was listening to System of a Down, Chop Suey specifically.
What a song! What a song!
A nice, a Rick Rubin produced early 2000s masterpiece. And I just was listening to pop radio at the time, thinking, this was before I made the TikTok, that it was lacking unusually fast records that when they went halftime, they still kept that energy. And I had that in my mind, and then you combine that with the typical Charlie synths that I put in records like Attention, put those two things together, out comes a new song. That was gross. Out comes a new song called Light Switch. I did that 12 times on this record.
Yep. I have no. And tell me, I read somewhere or saw somewhere. Is there a collaboration on the album? Did I see Eminem listed?
No, I don't know where that. You know, I'm really happy that I'm well known enough now where bullshit rumors get written about me. I would love nothing more than to collaborate with Eminem, but maybe that got taken out of context and people thought I was collaborating with Eminem. So did you no collaboration with
Did you say that one time, or did someone just make it up on the internet and then someone put it in like an article and then suddenly everyone started repeating that rumor where it becomes sort of that weird Truman situation?
Isn't that how most things happen? You know what? I was probably talking about See You Again and how originally it was supposed to go to Eminem, but that it didn't end up working out. But I really would love to work with them one day, but it's not going to be on this album.
No, okay. How's your TikTok game going at the moment? What's that? What's on your For You page? What are you seeing? What are you watching? What's happening? What are you getting populated with?
My For You page is a lot of people getting pulled over recently. I don't like that, so I just a lot of road rage. I don't think that's good.
You know what came up on my For You page? Did you see at the Dodger Stadium that couple getting frisky in the stand? Did you see that? where they
No, I didn't.
Oh, your For You page is not my For You page. This couple in the stand at Dodger Stadium getting very intimate in front of like the whole crowd. It's wild.
Wait, why wouldn't that? That sounds right up my alley.
Why is that not on your For You page? That's the question I really want to have answered if I could.
Voyeurism.
Okay, good. Are you working on any TikToks? Are you working on any viral moments at the moment?
I am. I have to kind of showcase the remaining songs that are on the album. I because I had made them before I finished the songs, so now I'm going to edit them and put it together. There's a couple of songs that people haven't heard yet that I want to make. What if there was a song, blah blah blah, TikToks, and continue to inspire nerds around the world with pianos.
As you do so well, and we thoroughly enjoy being inspired. Any plans to come to Australia? We miss you. We'd love to. I miss you personally, having only seen you a couple of months ago. I would love to. Love to have you playing a show here in Oz.
I did see you a couple months ago in a room that had a fireplace on with the air conditioning blasting, which is quintessentially the most American thing. That an Australian
climate change. What climate change? What climate change?
Doesn't exist, right?
Exactly.
I do have plans on coming to Australia. I always kind of listen in on my management label calls, and I always hear Australia, which I hadn't heard in years past. So that must mean I'm going.
Lovely. Well, hey, I look forward to hearing something sometime soon. I know the fans are looking forward to having you in Australia because it's been never, and it would great to have you here for the first time.
It will be great, and I'll definitely make my mark.
Lovely. Always a pleasure to see you, sir. Looking forward to the record, and congrats on the track.
Thank you so much, man. Always good talking to you.
Smallzy Surgery
is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.